Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay tuned for future ones coming your way. Today we're going to be talking all about folding when it comes to baking, and I'm going to show you specifically how I make a cake batter, but this technique can also be applied to making lots of different other things like pies or tarts or even mousses. So it's a really crucial skill to learn, and I'm going to tell you all of the tips and tricks I've learned over the years. To be honest with you, when I first started baking, folding was really challenging for me. The problem is that if you don't have the technique down, and if you do it too much, you can actually end up deflating your batter, which can cause cakes not to rise enough, and it can just make the end product not look as good. So it's really important to nail this technique down and become a master at it. So I'm going to show you what I do to do a perfect folding technique and strategy. Before we get into it, I'm going to share a couple of tips that I have when it comes to folding. The first one is to use a lightweight, bendy spatula. So I'm using this silicone one. I would really recommend using silicone because it's super flexible and easy to manipulate. The next tip I would have then is to use a large bowl. Sometimes it can be difficult to fold directly into a KitchenAid bowl like this one because it's a bit more shallow and not as wide around the edges. So I'm going to be folding directly into this bowl, and it's larger. And it's okay because the cake batter is pretty small. If you had a big mixture you were doing, I would recommend getting an even larger bowl, just so that you're not making things more difficult for yourself. Then when it comes to folding, you're always going to fold light to heavy. Today I'm going to show you folding meringue into a cake mixture. This is the dry ingredients plus the egg yolks and some lemon zest and juice. You're always going to fold something light like meringue into the heavier things, just so that you're kind of lightening it up. You don't want to go the other way around. When you are folding, the most important tip I have is just to make sure to not overdo it. It can seem tempting to go in and just really start mixing around a lot and make sure it's all incorporated, but this is going to cause the batter to deflate too much, and this is when you're going to have problems like I told you, where the cake won't rise enough and it's just going to look a bit wonky. And finally, with folding, the most important part is to get the proper motion down, which is the folding and then the turning and the repeating, and I'm going to show you that exact process now. Alright, so let's start folding. So like I mentioned here, I'm going to start by folding the lighter ingredients into the heavier ones. So the lighter ones is this meringue that I've made, and I'm going to fold this into the other mixture in probably 2 to 3 increments. You don't want to fold everything all at once because you might overwhelm the batter. You want to do it gradually so that it generally gets incorporated over time. So I'm going to start by taking my spatula, and I'm just going to take out a little bit of this, about a third of it, and you're going to drop it directly into the mixture. Doesn't have to be perfectly a third, just probably about this much to start. And then the motion for folding is you're going to take your spatula, put it directly into the middle of the mixture, come in, pull it up, and then gently drop it over. The important part here is that you want to make sure you're not dragging it or pushing it too much. You want to gently fold the mixture so that it gets incorporated. After you do that, then you're going to take your mixture, take the bowl itself, and you're going to rotate it. The rotation is really important because it makes sure you get around the whole perimeter. Repeat the process. So take your spatula through the middle, come under, gently fold over. Rotate again, middle, fold over. So you can see the white meringue is getting streaked throughout the mixture, and that's what we want. So I'm gonna do it a little faster, keep folding over. And then after I've gotten the whole perimeter of the bowl, I'm gonna take my spatula and go around once, just to kind of get that outer edge, and gently fold over. Now that I've gone around once, and you can see that it's still kind of streaky, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more of my light mixture, the meringue, in. So I'm gonna get just a little more. I'm gonna leave a little bit for the end, I'll grab that later, and just continue the process. Lightly drag your spatula down, and then this is the part that I struggle with. You need to gently fold it over. Don't press it down in, lightly just drag it. You can continue rotating your bowl, and look how nice and light and fluffy the mixture is getting. So since I went around, I'm gonna drag it like that, You can also scrape the side of your spatula just so that you're not getting any, and just drop that on top. And now I'm gonna get the very last of the meringue from here. Take that out and just drop it into the rest of the cake mixture. And let's continue the process, and this time we're gonna make sure we don't leave any streaks. We want everything to be really incorporated. Through the middle, drag, on the edges. So since I'm still a little bit streaky, I'm gonna keep going. Just keep repeating this pattern until everything is well incorporated, and I can't really see any more of the meringue left. So down, over, rotate. I think just a few more times and I'm gonna be there. And I do keep repeating that kind of outward scoopy motion just to capture the sides. Oh, it's looking really good. It's looking really silky. So at the end, if you wanna make sure that you've got everything, the way that I like to check is I just kind of run my spatula lightly through the center, see if there's any streaks of flour or anything, but it looks pretty good. This is the point at which you might be tempted to kind of keep going and do it a bit too far just to make sure it's well incorporated, but this is where you could easily deflate the batter. So you don't want to overdo it. I'm gonna stop here, pour this directly into my cake tin and bake it in the oven and have a great cake to eat. Today's video and that you feel a little more confident in your folding skills. It is a tricky technique to learn, but once you master it, you're gonna have delicious and amazing looking cakes in no time. If you did like this video, you're really gonna enjoy my other baking related videos, so make sure you're subscribed down below and stay tuned for more coming soon. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions related to folding or other baking techniques. I would love to answer them and help you improve your baking skills. Until next time, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye!